Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and it is time to cap off the weekend here. Thanksgiving weekend on Napa Fan with the Turkey Hill Truck Series from Armory Digital, race number 9 of the season, the Intuit Quickbooks 200, a 16-lap race around this 2.6-mile super speedway in Seattle, Washington. And this race is always one of my favorites to do because the trucks here at Armory Digital put on a pretty dang good show, and we're going to have another one of those dang good shows here tonight on Black Friday. I don't know if our Christmas tree set up yet or not, but Merry Christmas. Finally, if I can start playing Christmas music now, okay? It's fine. I'll do it before next year. But either way, enough about that. We're ready to get going here at Armory Digital alongside Andrew Miller for this race. And we expect a caution-free race, but if a caution comes out, it takes a lot of the race out. So what kind of strategy do you think these guys are going to play, especially near the end of the race and getting up front, considering how much passing we get?
To be honest, considering how short this race is, I don't think you're going to see much patience, like even in the early goings, because it's like you said, 16 laps, and if a caution comes out, that is going to eat up a good probably quarter of the entire race distance. So these guys are going to have that sense of urgency right from the green flag. So expect a lot of moves, expect a lot of aggression, 3-4 wide. It's going to be crazy.
It definitely will be, and last year, Garrett Sonor won this race, and I've mentioned quite a bit, and I'm sorry that I've mentioned it this much, but that was his last win on Napa Fan over a year ago, and even Matt Dahlia won this race before. He's on an even longer losing streak than Garrett Sonor is. But these guys up front in the points have been doing pretty good as of late, especially John Arndt, who is our defending race winner here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series, got the win at Iowa last week, 231 points towards the championship. I don't even know if he gained that many points last season total throughout the season, but he has definitely turned it on this season. 2 wins, 6 top 10s, 2 poles. J1 Racing doing very good because in second is Audra Baranowskis, only 22 points behind John Arndt's teammate. But still, 22 points might just be the longest, or the largest, I should say, points lead anyone has had this season. Michael Canto, third in the points for North State Racing, 29 points behind. Andrew Ross is now 34 points behind, and Roger Ray is 45 points behind. We'll mention Cameron Garlington there. He's had a solid season so far. He's 47 points behind, the veteran driver, trying to get his first career Turkey Hill Truck Series champion, the Season 3 Chick-fil-A Cup Series champion, looking for his second Napa Fan championship this season. He could possibly do it, as he's only 47 behind. As we hit the halfway point of the season, here Armory Digital. Agar Barreto on the pole in the number 12, the guy who painted a good third of the field, and he painted those first 2 trucks. So alongside Dale Salzman in the number 35. Tristan Allen, last year's runner-up in this race. He almost got it, but Garrett Sonor edged him at the line. Sonor, I think, used the inside line as well. The outside line near the end of these races tends to work, so we'll have to watch out for that at the end of the race. And Tristan Allen got the win at Texas earlier this season. He has won a race. He's looking for number 2 on the season for the single-car Chad Finley Racing Team. Richard Kingard, his owner. Joe Rutkowski is going to start in the 4th position. Eric Monaco and Noah Clifton in row number 3. Joe Jefferson and Ashlyn Boyd in row 4. Roger Ray and Cameron Garlington. They're right on each other in the point standings for 5th. They're going to start alongside each other in row number 5. Check in on our points leader. John Arndt starting deep in the field today. However, this is a super speedway race, so to work your way from the back to the front is relatively easy. It's anybody's game coming into this thing. It's not like it was at Iowa where John Arndt started on the pole and practically dominated the event. Here, you can work your way from the back to the front pretty fast. Am I right about that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a plate track, and a pretty weird plate track at that, with that tiny little straightaway between turns 1 and 2. So expect some weird moves being made there as well.
And the outside lane works through the tri-oval. That's about the only place where it works. It actually can work in turns 3 and 4 as well. So it's kind of in between the other 2 super speedways we go to, Daytona and Talladega. Daytona, the outside lane works very well. At Talladega, it doesn't. Here, it's kind of in between. But this race is a little bit shorter than those two. Only 16 laps to crown a champion. A very short race. Not a lot of time to move your way to the front. But somebody's going to get it done here tonight. We're Green Flag Racing in the Intuit Quickbooks 200 at Armory Digital. Bonus point to Igor Barreto for leading lap 1 here at Armory Digital. Here comes Tristan Allen trying to get redemption from what happened to him last season here. He's going to dive to the inside with help from Joe Jefferson, Alex in a row, and Roger Ray. Now, if you see 4 wide here, don't sweat it too much because they can actually go 4 wide here and make it stick. Not like that at Talladega and Daytona, but here we actually race restrictor plates, so they go a little bit slower, which means they can control it a lot better. So, expect a good race here tonight, and expect a possible caution-free race as well. I know we mentioned that at the top of the show, but that does not mean we won't see a caution. You never know when that could happen. Tristan Allen to the inside of Igor Barreto. He's going to take the lead away, but here comes Joe Jefferson trying to rebound after a struggling season so far. It's going to be Allen at the line for lap 2.
And just like you're saying, 3-4 wide gonna be the name of the game, and yeah.
There goes Joe Jefferson to the inside. Here comes Roger Ray, Michael Canto on the inside lane, Nicholas Samadio as well. Now I will say this, at the time of us recording this, we do not know the results of the Thanksgiving 500, even though that has already happened in your guys' timeline. But the way everything kind of worked out, we did the truck race first, and then we did the Thanksgiving 500 afterwards. So we already know what happened in Thanksgiving 500, but we, at the time of us recording this, don't. So we won't make any reference to any driver if they won that race in this one, because we don't know if any of these guys did win yet. Kind of interesting the way that works out. But either way, Michael Canto's going to get a lap led there. That's significant for him as he's 3rd in the points. That bonus point will come in handy for the championship. Here comes Sam Medea to the inside. Now we're going to be a quarter of the way through the race next time by here at Armory Digital. Diego Yepez, Andrew Ross on the inside.
Already a quarter of the way through this thing, just like you said. That just shows how much of a sprint this is. That's why you're seeing as much urgency. And just a lot of moves being made all over the place.
Michael
because
Canto,
they know how little time they have. Whoa!
Getting shuffled at a line 4 wide as Sam Medea leads the race in the 88. Yepez on the inside of Andrew Ross. Andrew Ross trying to rebound in the points. He was the points leader just 2 races ago, and he's now fallen 34 points off the points lead. 3 wide for second, Nicholas Samadio, a bonus point there for him. Now, if we have a tie for the most laps led between 2 drivers, nobody gets the bonus points. So remember that. If somebody ties, that extra bonus point goes away. And we could have it where we have 16 guys tie for 1 lap led in this race. The way it's gone so far, we've had 5 different leaders in 5 laps. Actually, 4 different leaders in 4 laps, technically, but you know what I mean. Every single lap has had a different leader, but it might change right here. Sam Medea able to hold on right now. Here comes Yepez with help from Noah Clifton and pole sitter Igor Barreto on the inside lane.
What I'm actually surprised here is just while I'm watching, it almost looks like track position is a lot more important than I initially thought. It's still, I mean, we're still seeing a lot of movement and whatever, but I mean, they're starting to string out a little bit, which I'm kind of surprised at.
This is an older surface. We are now using the 2017 version of the Armory Digital Super Speedway. We have used the 2014 edition in years past, so that might play a little bit of a factor into it, why these guys have not been able to move their way through the field as significantly as they have in the past. We'll check in on our points leader. John Arndt, he's stuck in the back of the field. That's not at all what he needs. I mean, it's a points championship here, and one race like this, could give the points lead to somebody else, and that somebody else is John Art's teammate, Audra Baranowskis, who's midway through the field right now in the 04. So we'll have to see what ends up happening. And it looks like Diego Yepez is going to lead 2 in a row. First drive to do so all night long, but Igor Barreto, our pole sitters, back to the inside on lap 7.
Already, just shy of halfway here. Oh, man, this really is a sprint. And these guys know it, like I said.
Here comes Dale Salzman, the outside pole sitter. So the top 2 starting drivers are now 1-2, or will be 1-2, most likely once they cycle through turns 3 and 4. That outside lane works very well down the back straightaway, works very well through turns 3 and 4, and works very well through the tri-oval. It's usually through turns 1 and 2. You got that straightaway in between. That usually hurts the outside lane. Watch out for Yepez here. He's got some help from Andrew Ross, trying to make a push to the outside, and it's 3 in a row for Diego Yepez here at Armory Digital. He might get another bonus point for leading the most laps because of that right there. Here comes Cameron Garlington, 3 wide to the inside of Barreto and Yepez, and he's going to take it away. He's going for his first win in quite some time. If you want to call June a while ago, it still was a while ago when he won the NRLA 500. But here he is. Actually, no, he didn't win the NRLA 500. Excuse me there. He didn't win a race at all last season, so it has been a while for Cameron Garlington. You know, the 25 won the NRLA 500. That was Stuart Grattan. So my apologies to Stuart Grattan. Garlington could not hold the lead. Here comes Roger Ray and Tristan Allen, a couple of winners from this season. Roger Ray's already won twice this season, and Tristan Allen's already won once. And he wants to get this one here at Armory Digital. 3 wide at the line. I think Roger Ray got him, and he did. So a bonus point there for the number 4. Here comes Ashlyn Boyd to the inside for the lead now. Halfway through the Intuit Quickbooks 200 at Armory Digital.
Now it's game on as these guys are strung out a little bit, and with it being the second half, anyone who is mid-pack right there, they gotta go, and go now.
Dale Salzman, Zachary Fitzwater, Michael Canto, and that is Eli Bright. We really haven't talked about him too much this season. He's kind of the oddball teammate there to Audra Baranowskis and John Art. Kind of the forgotten teammate, if you know what I mean. Baranowskis and Art 1-2 in the points. Eli Bright a little bit farther back in the points than he'd like to be, but he'd love to be the 3rd driver to win a race for that team. Joe Jefferson, bonus point for him right there, as he's going to take the lead on lap 9. He's going to lose it as Chicagoland winner Jaden Scott goes to the point on lap 10 of 16. And Ashlyn Boyd shuffled out of line in the 18 as he's going to fall back. Yepez is falling back, and Garlington is falling back on that outside lane.
Getting more strung out again, but right when I say that, they're starting to go 4 wide again. My goodness, this is impressive.
Very impressive job by these guys, keeping it clean. They do a very good job here at Armory Digital, I will say that. But you know how I am. If I say something like that, they usually crash the next lap around. So let's watch out for this 4-wide situation between Eric Monaco and Alexander Rowe and Diego Yepez. They're all part of it. That's usually the trouble spot right there. And they almost got into each other, but they're going to keep it together for now. And Cameron Garlington shuffling out of line. Joe Jefferson was able to lead another lap in the 06. He's still on the outside, and I'm telling you, they bunched right back up on each other. It's still anybody's game here at Armory Digital. Jaden Scott doing all he can to side draft the 09 and get the lead away. But I don't think he's got it quite yet as Joe Jefferson's hanging on the outside lane.
This is still anyone's win that's up for grabs here, and we're seeing 3 wide. And my goodness, who's that down there? Coming up to second place.
That is Andrew Ross in the 21. It was the points leader a couple of races ago. He's now 34 behind a win, which hit him right back up there towards John Art and Audra Baranowskis. And look at this, Sebastian Kukulon. He won the opener at Daytona. He comes into this race last in the points. He's looking for on the wall hard. Oh. That was Emily Anderson, I think. And John Art, our points leader, upside down. Anderson got shuffled out of line, got shot into the outside wall, and this might end the race here. Garlington, Tejada will get to the race back to the line. This is probably going to be for the win because they're only going to have 4 laps to go when we cross it. And Andrew Ross in the 21 has cleared Jaden Scott. Sebastian Cucalon in the 24s, not gonna have enough time. Andrew Ross wins the race back. And that might do it from Armory Digital here tonight in the Intuit Quickbooks 200. A massive crash through turn number 2, taking out a chunk of drivers, maybe half of the field. Michael Canto is done in the 67. We saw John Arndt go upside down. Matt Delio with heavy damage. Jesse Turner, Nicholas Samadeo, John Arndt. I think it might be Alexander Rowe on the pit lane, and it is. Emily Anderson took a hard hit to the outside wall there. Mitchell Collins and Eli Bright as well, and definitely a very mild way to end it for the official finish, because we're going to be finishing under caution. Not exactly what these guys wanted, but it's part of the strategy. And I asked you earlier, what if you get that caution? How would these guys try to get to the lead? When would they know to get to the lead? Well, Andrew Ross knew it, and he's going to get the victory, given that something does not happen to him. And we've seen things happen. We saw Chicagoland. That race ended under caution, and Noah Clifton blew up coming to the line. But Andrew Ross won the race back. Sebastian Cucalon, you got to give him a lot of credit. It has been a tough season for this team. Like I said, last in the points. They're going to finish second, or maybe even get the win if something happens to Andrew Ross. I know they're praying for that 21 to blow up ahead of them. We'll have to see what happens in these final few laps. But Gatlin, Downey, Jaden Scott, and Matthew Brown going to be a big beneficiary because of that, because that's going to be his best finish of the season. In the 5th position, Igor Barreto, Joe Jefferson, Roger Ray, Fitzy, and Eric Monaco. The top 10, given that something does not happen to any of the guys in the top 10. It was Emily Anderson, the first driver to go around. Let's see what happened to bring out the caution here at Armory Digital. So let's see what happened here. Emily Anderson's on the inside, and I think it might have been Matthew Brown who might have came down on Ashlyn Boyd. No, Emily Anderson came down, and Alexander Rowe tried to get to the outside of her and clipped her, and Ashlyn Boyd got involved. Matthew Brown barely avoided it. I saw that 31 go around. Cameron Garlington, Nicholas Samadeo, and they're just going to come down and clear the field. Michael Canto, John Arndt, and watch out, he hit the apron. That's what sent him upside down, and that is a very steep change in the angle. Both of the Outer Island drivers involved. Matt Delio, Chris Tejada, and all these guys jamming it up. Eli Bright, Ashlyn Boyd, Matt Tuck's back here. Daniel McMillan, Michael Campto, Jesse Turner, Mitchell Collins. Johnny Gardner got spun around back in there. Then Nicholas Samadeo, Jackson Bell, Noah Clifton, Diego Yepez, and Zachary DeLello behind them. Garrett Sonor as well. Both of the Hamill guys again involved in an accident. Alexander Rowe looks like he's done for the night in the 83. Yeah, especially after that one. Jackson Bell hit him pretty hard near the end of that one. It's a tough break for all those guys involved, and it was a lot of guys. And John Arndt might not be the points leader at the end of the day with that one. That might be his first DNF of the season in the 05.
Just a weird circumstance there, but just guys going for it at the end, and my goodness, that is violent right there. But almost reminded me of Austin Cindric from Daytona, but I mean, hey, that's just Armory Digital Racing.
It is. Actually, that flip by John Arndt reminds me a lot of Eric Monaco at Chicagoland. I'm pretty sure you did that race with me. And Eric Monaco went flipping.
Yeah, I did.
And, Eric Monaco didn't go flipping in this one, so kudos to him on that one. This was the race back to the line, and Andrew Ross had it. Cucalon was a single line behind them, so couldn't really do much coming to the line for that one. And Andrew Ross, who was the points leader not too long ago, will get a win here. He was 34 points behind coming into this race, and he might actually catch all of that up on John Arndt, because John Arndt is going to fail to finish. Andrew Ross might get the most laps led because of this caution, and he's going to get the win. All the bonus points for the win as well. He only needed 34. It's 36 for the win. Actually, sorry, 39 for the win, plus the bonus point for leading a lap, plus another bonus point for leading the most laps. That's 41 points. If John Arndt finishes, let me think here, 30th or worse, then Andrew Ross is going to be the new points leader, just like that. One win changes it all. But either way, Andrew Ross in the number 21 most likely will be the winner. Let's get the official finish of the race here in the Intuit Quickbooks 200 from Armory Digital. The race will end, and bearing that nothing happens between now and the start-finish line, Andrew Ross will get his first career, with an asterisk, Napa fan win, because I don't know if he won the next 7,500 or not. He might have. We just didn't record it yet, so we don't know. But Andrew Ross, Sebastian Kukulon, Gatlin Downey, Jaden Scott backing up a Chicagoland win from a while ago. Not too bad. He's going to finish 4th. Matthew Brown, I think that's his best career finish on Napa Fan, in 5th. And under caution, Andrew Ross is going to win the Intuit QuickBooks 200 from Armory Digital. And he was leading the field at the perfect time. And you gotta think, this race used to be 12 laps long when we did 15% of the length. The first 3 seasons, it was only a 12-lap race. And it was a 12-lap race here today as well. And Andrew Ross got the victory. But quite a few guys finishing a lap down or worse in this one. But Andrew Ross the winner, Sebastian Kukulon second, Gatlin Downey, Jaden Scott, and Matthew Brown the top 5. Agar Barretto, Joe Jefferson, Roger Ray, Zachary Fitzwater, and Eric Monaco the top 10 here tonight at Armory Digital. And John Arndt finishing 35th is going to lose the points lead to Andrew Ross here tonight. How about that? Andrew Ross is probably going to take it. And he will, because he's going to gain enough points with Baranowskis as well, and Kanto was involved in the accident, so Andrew Ross is back up top in the point standings after this victory here at Armory Digital. And when you win a race at a super speedway and you take the points lead, that's a good sign. Just ask Elijah Gordon, because he is the defending Chick-fil-A Cup Series champion. His only win in Season 7 came at Talladega. But either way, a solid race either way here tonight. Kind of unfortunate that it ended 4 laps early, but still, I was pretty entertained, weren't you?
Absolutely. Excuse me, that was absolutely awesome, and glad to have been a part of it. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome, and hey, good to see your name right there. Same name, gets the win.
I know, it's a miracle.
Andrew Ross, the winner here tonight at Armory Digital, and if you thought this race was good, I consider next week's event to be the crown jewel event of the Turkey Hill Trek Series, the BC Rich Guitars 250 from Texas World. I absolutely love this race, and it is going to be a blast. It's going to be very similar to this one. We're going to be pack racing around that 2-mile racetrack. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to see who gets it done there. We've seen some pretty crazy finishes there at Texas World, and I'm looking forward to it next Saturday morning right here on Napa Fan. And afterwards, we're starting to do about 3 races a week so we can finish the schedule out before the end of the year. I'm going to be busy because I'm going to be working about 30 hours a week. On top of, I guess you can say, the couple finals I will end up having. It's a very odd way this semester has gone for me. But on top of that, and doing all these races for you guys, you know, I'm hoping maybe over Thanksgiving break here, maybe, just maybe I can catch up on a few races. These are kind of easy to do. Didn't take us too long to do this one, about half an hour we got it done, which is good. But I'm hoping that we can get these knocked out. I don't want to be, you know, stuck behind. Really don't. But either way, congratulations to Andrew Ross on the victory here tonight. And on behalf of Andrew Miller, we'll see you next week with the BC Rich Guitars 250 from Texas World. Arcus at IRP next week. And yeah, that's it for me. Happy Thanksgiving once again. And yeah, now it's time to celebrate the holidays, okay? We can start doing it now. Okay? It's good to do it. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I don't know when it's going to be going up, but very soon, and I'm very excited for this, is going to be the Griff Dog Summer Showdown. I was blessed to be a part of that. Thanks to Griffin for letting me be part of that once again, and I highly recommend you check that out if you don't know. It's going to be a very, very well put together production. I'm not the only one involved. You got Affleck Cup Series, Doubly Dud, part of that, and Caleb Hoffman. So yeah, it's going to be very good. I greatly recommend you check it out. But anyways, I've talked enough. Have a great holiday season, and we'll see you next week from Texas World. Congratulations to Andrew Ross once again. Here are the point standings for the Turkey Hill Truck Series, and I will see you guys later.